Hey Libra, I have been trying to do a reading for you for a few hours now. I felt the Libra collective come in so strong, really wanting to be heard. And I started out doing a wild card read, albeit in my studio here instead of out on the streets of Detroit like I normally do. And it wasn't vibing. I tried to do it like 3 different times. Totally was not vibing. It's not the same without having the spontaneity of just the beat of the street and the people out and about and the spontaneous, improv moments, the things that happen out of pocket that you can't anticipate. And it's really about just like riding this current of energy. And I absolutely love doing those wild card reads. And I still have a couple signs to finish up for the holidays reads, okay? They're going to be the holidays hangover reads. And Libra is one of them. And I'm going to get to y'all, okay? Don't worry about it. But this is not the space for it. I got to do it out and about on the streets with the pulse of life for those readings. So then I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll try to do a Celtic cross, So I started a Celtic cross for you all. And then my phone just completely like died out of nowhere, totally cut off. It was like, girl interrupted, okay? Um, that's kind of funny, girl interrupted. And I'm thinking of that movie, the whole premise of that movie. Maybe you feel a bit like that, that you're the girl interrupted. That can apply to you too if you're uh, a dude watching this, okay? Maybe your girl got interrupted. I don't know. But just that feeling of like, I was really in my flow, and then it's like something happened that stopped the flow. And Libra's been very quiet. All the air signs have been very quiet recently, actually. It's been very interesting. I've noticed it just as a reader. Air has been kind of MIA, like not really wanting to come forward. And then all of a sudden, the other night, the energy was really wanting to come in. And then look at what we got going on here. I'm trying to deliver a message and I just kept getting thwarted. And then it made me think, well, maybe it's about looking at things a new way. Maybe I don't have to do a standard reading. Maybe I'm just meant to sit here and channel and grab some cards if I feel pulled to do that. But just let the messages come through as they want to come through, which is pretty different. Like I haven't done that with you all yet, but honestly, I use the cards as a tool that can provide like a physical representation of the energy coming in, and I can share that with you all, and it gives you something that kind of validates, what's coming through me. But I don't really need the cards. They aren't really necessary. The messages always just come in as they need to come in. So it's very interesting, like this interruption energy. And I feel like that's kind of what's been going on for you. It's like your story has been interrupted, and your story has been interrupted by the interference of other people inserting themselves in your storyline without your invitation, okay? I know that a lot of Libras are dealing with this energy right now. Third-party dynamic energy has been really big for the Libra collective. And when I say third-party dynamic energy, that can play out a lot of different ways, all right? Sure, it can be in a romantic relationship. There can be somebody interfering in your relationship. This doesn't just have to be somebody like, going after your partner, trying to hook up. This could be somebody just being the helpful ear. Oh, let me support you. You're dealing with a problem with your girlfriend. Oh, well, I'm a woman. I understand. I'll hold space for you. You know? That can be interference in your business endeavors. People trying to be sort of one step ahead of, what you're doing before you actually launch it, so they can kind of snag that idea and run with it and make it their own. There's, some kind of been some subversive energies in the mix. It really can play out on any level, just meddling. This meddling energy has been very present. And a lot of the things that we've been dealing with, it hasn't been our shit. It hasn't been our shit. We're dealing with everybody else's bullshit. We're dealing with everybody else's upset. We're dealing with everybody else's, midlife crisis, identity crisis, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We're dealing with all these other people who can't figure their shit out. And so they're coming and dropping it on our front lawn. It's like, excuse me, but I've been sitting here sweeping my side of the street for the past fucking decade. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time to deal with your shit. I don't. Figure it out. Because that's what I had to do. Right? Isn't that how you're feeling? That's what I had to do. I had to figure it out. Libras have been working very hard on themselves. Really hard on themselves. We were kind of a little bit ahead of the game with the Plutonian energy, all right? We've been doing our shadow work, for a solid decade now. We have been unraveling our patterns. We have been looking at all of our shit, okay? We have looked at it from so many different angles. We're sick of looking at it, which is beautiful, because that's the breakthrough point. That's when you stop holding yourself back and you actually move forward. You actually move into that space of freedom and that liberating energy that like opens up your life path. You don't want to be along for the ride? Fucking take a powder. We don't care. We don't care. You're here just to, put me down, make my life more difficult, cause more struggle, bring discord, drama. And you think I have time for this because... No. Libras have been very quiet lately because we are about to make our grand debut. And it all starts to happen near the end of this month, once Venus goes direct and moves out of Capricorn. Right now we're dealing with karmic loose ends, okay? We're tying up old cycles. We're putting a fucking fork in it, It's done. We're transmuting that energy, that cobra energy. We're transmuting that energy. And cobra, that also represents the serpent fire, the kundalini fire. We're really coming into ourselves. See, that's the thing. There's been a lot of discord in Libra's lives, and it's because we stopped investing in everybody else around us and started pouring that energy into ourselves. When we realized, oh shit, when I really needed you to show up, you fucking bailed, man. Where were you when it was time for my trust fall? This is what a lot of Libras are dealing with, the fallout of that, okay? It's very real. It's been hard. It's been hard to realize that, there's been some poor investments of time, energy, and presence, right? And Libras have had to do a lot of cutting away of old dead wood. We've had to do a lot of release work. We've had to come into this place of radical acceptance that isn't easy for us. It isn't easy for us. We tend to have an idealized view of how things could be, right? How things could be. If everybody could just like drop the bullshit, right? And just relate in an authentic way instead of wearing all these fucking masks and operating out of all these fictitious stories about the way things fucking are, And just be willing to just drop in and get fucking real, man. We're so tired of shit not being real. We're so tired of the superficial bullshit. And I'm actually tired of people thinking Libras are superficial and that Libras are just all indecisive fucking ditzes. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's our job in this life as Libras to understand both the shadow and light so we can hold that in balance. Why? So we can be a clear way through. Because Libra represents justice, the karmic scales, okay? So in order to hold that energy in a fair and just and balanced way, it requires you to be a bit of a devil's advocate. You have to understand both sides of the coin. If you have bias, then you can't make a clear judgment. It ain't easy. It ain't easy on us Libras, okay? We've been transmuting a lot of energy. And I'm not saying Libras are fucking perfect. We're not perfect, okay? Nobody's fucking perfect. But nobody is going to tell me that the Libra collective has not been doing their fucking work, because they have. They have been in the trenches. And we're really at this place. I've been hearing a lot of nonsense about Libras are about to get their karma. And I just have to say, that's a bunch of fucking horse shit. Libras are not about to get their fucking karma. Okay? First of all, let's understand how karma works. All right? Karma is not, you do a bad thing and something bad happens to you. It doesn't work like that, actually. Karma is what you inherit, what you come into this life with, the lessons that you come into this life with, the things that you need to heal, the challenges that you will have that cause you to grow as a person. This is why you can see somebody, who acts like a total fucking dolt, go through this life mindless about how their actions affect anybody else, screw people over left and right, and they fucking win the lottery. Like, everything gets handed to them on a silver platter. Then you see another person, like, very humble, right? They devote their life to helping other people, serving other people. They come from their hearts, good people, and they get screwed over and over and over again. Well, if karma was like that, this like instant brownie point system that guaranteed you rewards, like, wouldn't there be a balance in life? There isn't, though. There's not. Because the balance is within that individual's life. It's their individual responsibility. The whole concept of karma is that you come into life with certain lessons that you have to learn before you leave here, okay? It's like your schoolwork, all right? And when you graduate, then you no longer need to be on this earthly plane. Lucky you, you get to go out and like just drift in the cosmos and be at one with the energy, or who knows what happens. I don't know. Maybe you immediately get born into another life. The reality is nobody knows the ultimate truth. Nobody knows the big T truth, all right? We just each have our own individual little T truths that runs through the filter of whatever window in the grid we're looking through in the moment, okay? So, Libras have to know how to operate in this kind of like gray area, because we understand that justice requires seeing all sides of an equation objectively without any attachment. And a lot of the work that Libras have been doing this year has already, this year, we're already off to a good start, okay? It's only 2022, a few, not even 2 weeks in, and already this year we've been doing a lot of this work. Oh, good Lord, don't let that be a sign of things to come. Let's see, we've been working in the coal mine, right? I'm thinking of that song, Working in the Coal Mine. Working in the coal mine, going down, 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 working in the coal mine, whoop, about to slip down. Like, we've been working, and we are tired. We're tired. We're ready for some reward. I do want to pull a few cards for us and just see what comes through. I'm working with the super awesome future deck because I don't know about you, but I feel like we just need some playful energy. Yeah, look, we've been dealing with all these zombies, you know? It's like Night of the Living fucking Dead around here, you know? A bunch of fucking brain dead idiots coming at us, you know, wanting to pick our fucking brain, ask us how to fix their shit and solve all their problems in their life, when meanwhile, like, we got our own shit to handle. We got our own stuff we're trying to digest and figure out. And then if we're not available for them at their fucking beck and call, they act like we're selfish, like we're being dicks because we're not showing up being totally 100% present with them on their time. As if we don't have anything better to do than to make sure they're okay and that they have everything that they need. No, like, those days are done. We're not dealing with that shit anymore. You know, we have to start considering ourselves. We need to be a priority, you know? That's the balancing point, you know? That's the balancing point. That's how we transmute that energy, all right? You know, the 8 is balanced. It's a reciprocal flow. Look at that Ouroboros right there, you know? The energy just feeds into each other, right? There's that snake message again, all right? I keep getting Kundalini. Like, I think you all are about to become lit. Like, you're really starting to tune in with yourself. You're starting to feel yourself. You're getting in touch with your mojo. You feel like you're waking up again after a long time of just sort of feeling like a zombie yourself. Like, you know, like you were almost an apparition, you know, just wandering through the hallways of the past. And none of it was really resonating with you because you don't live there anymore. Like, you've done your past cleanup work. You already held space for all that shit. Your whole work has been about being present, you know, and accepting what's showing up in the present, right? But you've been challenged a lot because, you know, there's been a fox in the hen house. Like, you don't have people around you that you necessarily can trust. You don't. Not everybody who says they're a friend is a friend, you know. Some people will smile to your face and they'll fucking have a knife in the other hand that they'll use to stab you in the back. And, you know, they see you. It's like your time, you know. You're rising up. It's your grand rising time, right? And you're proud and you're kind of like, yeah, it's my time. I worked hard for this. I worked hard for everything that I brought into my life. And Libras are really in this space where we're wanting to have our moment. You know, we've been slogging away for a long time. We're ready for our time in the sun. And we want to sing about it. We want to feel good about it. We don't want to have to tamp it down. We don't feel like we have to water ourselves down to make you all fucking comfortable. You know, we're tired of fucking making ourselves small so that you can feel like, you know, you got the airtime you need. You know, if you want what we worked so fucking hard to get, don't try to get it in some fucking shady way. Don't try to sabotage us. Don't interfere, you know, in what we've worked so hard to build. You don't know what we've fucking been through to create what we're creating for ourselves now. We've been on a long fucking journey as Libras. We don't need people who are false friends, you know? Fuck all that. Who wants frenemies? Get the fuck out of here. You know? Straight up. Get the fuck out. If you can't celebrate, you know, me as I'm stepping into the success that I worked so hard to build, you know, see yourself out. See yourself out. I don't need people like that around me, right? Libras everywhere are saying that. I don't need people like that around me. You're thinning out your fucking circle. It's happening, you know? And you realize that there are people who have done you dirty. There are people who've been untrue to you. They weren't really friends, you know? They were just hanging out because, you know, you were a connection to something they had their eye on, you know? And you were an in. And it sucks, but it happens, you know? It's like you don't hear from people forever, you know, and then they see that you're starting to have, you know, some measure of forward motion in your life, that you're feeling happy, that things are clicking for you. And then all of a sudden they come around and they have so many questions, and they just want to know every little detail, and they're getting a little too much in your business, right? And then you notice things kind of coming at you sideways. You know, loyalty is rare these days. And I really think that you're very, very much in this place of making your circle even smaller. All right. You probably have, like, honestly, about 3 people that you feel you can really turn to in a time of need, that you want to open up to, because they've proven themselves to you. At this point, there's been a lot of betrayal for Libras, honestly. A lot of us have been very disappointed by people that we really believed in and we really trusted. It sucks, you know? It sucks. And you know, I always say sometimes the rub of being a Libra is that we come into situations as catalysts, you know, and this includes in the romantic arena. It's like, if there's like some player ass motherfucker who goes around screwing over people left and right, you know, often a Libra will come in to sort of be the one that's like, oh yeah, we don't put up with that here. Okay. This is why, like, people don't have, like, necessarily the most positive view of Libras in relationship, because Libras will fucking call you out on your shit. They'll hold you accountable, and people don't like that. People who like to, you know, have their cake and eat it too, and do shady shit on the side, like, they don't like to have their shit called out, you know? You have really been working fucking hard. You have been working hard to move everything forward, you know? And it's really about you finding that balance, you know, between your head and your heart. And it's like, yes, Libra, I understand, you know, you care about people. And so you'll always go that extra mile, right? And it's not easy to have to let go of people, especially people that you really believed in. And it can be easy when these people come around and they start telling you, oh, well, I understand, and I've changed, and I've been doing this work on myself, and now, things will be different, but you've extricated yourself from, these unhealthy dynamics and these unhealthy patterns in your life. It's very important for you to be mindful of what you choose to engage in. That was an illness card, okay? And it was out of balance, right? So it's like, to me, this is like, it makes us sick. It makes us sick when we keep engaging in things that actually suppress our light, suppress our purpose, suppress the truth of who we are, holds us back from actualizing our visions, our dreams, keeps us stuck. Like, it makes us sick. Our life force energy depletes. Like, we can't hold on to situations, people, places, things anymore that aren't about a reciprocal flow of energy. We can't do any codependent dynamics anymore where, we're doing all the nurturing, we're doing all the giving, we're doing all the supporting, and then we're left high and dry, when we need to have, someone to lean on. It doesn't work, and we're cutting off a lot of these dysfunctional patterns. We've done a lot of work healing these patterns from the past. We've been holding a lot of stuff from our childhood. We've been looking at, the kind of relationship our parents had, and how that's mirrored in, the relationships that we're having, and how that doesn't quite work for us, and we don't really want to keep repeating those patterns. So there's been a lot of accountability on Libra's part, and it's been very difficult because, a lot of Libras have had this the other shoe is going to drop syndrome, like feeling like any moment the bottom is going to fall out. Like, I have this reason to be happy, this reason to be celebrating, this accomplishment or this positive development in my life, but I almost feel like apprehensive about doing it, because as soon as I acknowledge that I feel happy, like something's going to come in and like fuck it up, and it's a shame, that a lot of Libras are in that space, but we've kind of been programmed that way because we've gone through a really long, tough stint. I would say it's been almost a solid decade, really, that Libras have been pushing through some really tough stuff. Yeah, and at this point, we're just kind of like, I just want to be like the cat lady, okay? I just want to chill out alone. I just want to, hang out, do my thing. I don't have any problem being by myself. Like, and that's very unusual, for Libras. Libra is normally the type that wants to, like, hook up, wants to be in relationship. But I think we've seen the ways that sometimes our choices in relationship and who we choose to connect with, even in terms of like friendships or in business arrangements, that it can really leave us feeling depleted and take us off our own course. So I think Libras are in this place where we're all just really wanting to invest in ourselves and see what happens when we do that. Like, what if I just did what I wanted to do? What if I had the freedom to just follow my own impulses and listen to my own heart and do what excites me, and pour all that energy that I've been, pouring into everybody else, and put it all into myself and see what I can make happen. I mean, check out this chick. She doesn't look too unhappy. I mean, she looks pretty self-satisfied right there, Yeah, it's like, it's been a raw deal in the past with this energy coming out in reverse. We got the Queen in reverse, her perspective's all off, she's totally, doesn't even recognize, she doesn't recognize who she is anymore after making this deal with this unsavory character, okay? you have to be mindful of the kind of arrangements you make. Like, why are you making them? Why are you making deals, in situations where, you feel like your hand is fucking forced? You know, you're not looking for that. It's time to really like turn things around and invest in yourself and where your spirit's leading you. Wait for that higher guidance to come in about where you should invest your energy. That's what leads to this sun energy, this happiness coming in. Again, 3 and 5 is 8, okay? And that leads to wish fulfillment. And as for all this fucking hateration energy that got sent your fucking way right here with this broken mirror, that shit's getting all returned to fucking sender, because your king and your house is secure. You took a shot at the moon, and you're going to find out that that shot has landed. So don't listen to any of this horse shit that anybody is telling you about Libras are about to get their karma. No, we're about to get our just rewards. And you all been saying that shit? You're about to get your just desserts. Mark my words.